What's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie all day. Gonna bring you a little something Italian today. We're gonna make some arancini, which is basically Italian rice balls. They started out in Sicily a long time ago, and then they became popular. Now you can make them all kinds of ways. You could use any kinds of protein you want. You could use chicken or beef or this and that. I am going to use some Italian sausage. So I already cooked up my Italian sausage. I used ground sausage, and all I do is put it on a skillet and heat it up, and that's what you get. So we're going to use some of that. We're going to use some 4-blend mixed Italian cheese. We're going to move the cat. We are going to do a little cheat code too, because I want to show you how to easily make this. You can go on anywhere and find all these kinds of recipes where you have to like make everything by hand and do it. It takes forever. Screw that. We're going to do it the cheap way. So check this out. This is sticky rice. You put this in the microwave for 90 seconds, you have rice. And that's pretty much half of the meal right there. So all I'm going to do is take some sticky rice, put it in my hand, flatten it out, put some sausage on that, put some cheese on that, roll it into a ball. I'm going to dip it in some raw egg, and then I'm going to take that ball and roll it around in some breadcrumbs, and I'll show you what I'm doing with my breadcrumbs, and fry it. That's it. You can air fry it if you want, or just put some oil in a pot, and bada boom, bada bing. It's all going to be good. This is the easiest way to arancini you're ever going to see. Literally, take your protein, Italian sausage for me, and take your rice and your cheese, and you're most of the way there. So let's show you step for step how we're going to do this. I'm just going to break up my rice with my hand just a little bit. Just want to separate some of the rice. And then, because this stuff is so easy, I'm just going to rip like a 2-inch slash in the top, put it in the microwave for 90 seconds. Hold on. All right, so while I do that, I have to take my most awesome Star Wars bowl, and I'm going to start my breadcrumb mix. All I'm going to do is take some Italian-style breadcrumbs. You don't have to break up any kind of croutons and make your own breadcrumbs. It's already done for you. I'm going to do that. I'm going to mix in a little bit of some seasoning. I'm going to use mushroom and onion seasoning, and I'm just going to throw that right in with my breadcrumbs. I know a lot of people don't do that. That's the way I do it. Then I'm going to take some Parmesan cheese because it really helps hold things together once cooked. I'm going to take some Parmesan cheese, and I'm going to dump that right into my breadcrumb mix. So this is what I have. And I just poured a bunch of it all over the place. So I'm going to add some more, but I'll show you. I'm just going to mix it up, mix it up, mix it up. So you have one big conglomerate. All right, so that was it from a breadcrumb mix. That's almost done. Once the rice is done, we want to let it sit and let it cool for a minute, because we don't really want to use hot rice. So since my sausage is pre-cooked, I can warm it a little bit in the microwave, which I might do, or you can use it cold because you're going to be deep frying anyway. It's going to heat up, and once it's already cooked, really doesn't matter, because it's basically going to be in the oil long enough to A, brown the outside, and B, melt the cheese. That's it. So let me get out my rice. Hold on. All right, so I'm going to put my rice inside of an equally awesome bowl just by opening the top and dumping it in so it looks like that. And now what I want to do is I want to smush it down just a little bit, just so I can let it cool, because right now it's hot. It's hot. And that's it. So I'm just going to let that sit for a few minutes. And I just threw a little bit of the seasoning that I spilled right on top of the rice. So I'm just going to let that sit and cool for a second. I'm going to take a little bit of this. I'm going to just heat it up for 20 seconds in the microwave. You don't need to see that. All right, so into almost dropped it, very cool bowls. I melted just a little bit of butter. Here, you can see it if I don't pour it out. And I just put in for 20 seconds a little bit of that. Now I'm going to take this butter and I'm going to just drizzle it over my rice. Just literally drizzle, and that's just going to help it with the sticking and holding it all together. Very, very simple. So now I need to crack my eggs and put them in a bowl. Hold on. We're not normal people. This is our stuff. All right, so once you get your eggs in your Fruit Loops bowl, All you're going to do is whisk. You can use a whisk or a fork and just spin, spin, spin. And you want to get a nice, even, damn cats, consistency. You want to try to get out all the big boogers. Well, you just want to make it nice and smooth, kind of. Smooth egg, not bumpy egg. And that's it. I'm just going to whisk. Whisk, whisk, whisk. So the only thing I'm using this for is to dip in. Now, you want to either have a bowl of cold water near you or be near the sink when you do this, because when you put rice in your hands, the only thing that's going to keep it from sticking to you instead of itself is the cold water. So make sure you have cold water. Now what I'm going to do is get a plate and have that ready so I can put my arancini on top of that. I already have my what's that stuff called? Oil. I have my oil already on a medium heat, so it's going as we do this. All right, so I got my egg, I got my rice, I got my sausage, and I got to open my cheese to get it ready, and then I have my breadcrumbs right with my plate. We're going to show you this entire process. The only other thing you're going to want to have on hand is some sauce, some marinara or things like that. Okay, and let's bring you guys down to food height so you can see how this all comes together. Keep everything right where I need it. Wet my hands a little, and then I'm going to take some rice and I'm just going to literally smooth it into my hand. I want to push it and make myself like a little hand bowl, I guess, if you will. And from there, I'm going to take some sausage and I'm going to put it right there in the center of my bowl. And then I'm going to take some cheese and I'm going to put that right in the center of my little hand bowl. And then I'm just going to take more rice and I'm going to put it over the top. And I'm going to smush it down. Smush it down as best I can and try to fill all those gaps. And then, if you've ever made a snowball, you're going to know how to do this. All you're going to do is work your hands around, and this is where my hands being wet is really, really helping. But I'm just making a nice ball. Okay, you want to get it pretty tight so it has less of a chance of falling apart. And then I almost went right into the breadcrumbs. Then you're going to take your ball and you're going to put it into your egg and you're going to roll it around in the egg so it gets completely covered. If your thing starts to break open, just smooth it out again and do that. Now I'm going to put it right in the breadcrumbs. I'm going to put breadcrumbs right over it. I'm going to roll it around the breadcrumbs. I just want breadcrumbs all the way around this thing, just like that. And I'll show you what that looks like. So now I have a fully breadcrumbed ball, and that is arancini, right? So now I need a slotted spoon, which I totally forgot to wash. Hold on. All right, so I'm going to take my arancini ball right there so you can see. Ooh, we're going to pick you up. My hands are wet and slippery, and you guys just fell on your faces. So I'm going to walk this over to the oil, and all I'm going to do is lightly put it into that oil, and it's going to cook really fast, right? The hotter the oil gets, obviously the hotter it's going to cook, but all I want to do is brown it. So once that's nice and brown, you're going to see. Now, because obviously I didn't put it in oil that covers it, I'm going to have to roll it. So when you roll it, be very gentle so you don't break it. But once you get that first roll and you cover the whole thing, it's going to stiffen up a little bit. So this should only take maybe, depending on how hot the oil is, 15 to 30 seconds, somewhere in there. And right now, the oil is still heating up. The first ones are always going to be the slowest ones to cook because the oil is getting to temperature. And so I'm just going to get it around there, put some oil on top. Look at that. That is looking so nice. Wait till you guys see. These things are amazing, man. If you've never had arancini, this is the easiest, I'm talking simplest way to do it. And you're seeing how fast it goes. It's just boom, boom, boom. Put some things together, make a snowball out of rice, and you're good. So let's see. That is looking mighty, mighty nice. Mighty, mighty nice. All right, let me get ready to pull it out. And don't forget to warm up a little bit of marinara because you're going to want that. So you'll notice I have a paper plate, a paper towel on the plate. That is a handy thing to have because you want to soak up some of the oil that's going to be on top of your arancini. So let's see here. Let's see here. I want to pick it up, and the reason I have the slotted spoon is so I can let some of that oil run off through the spoon, right? And we will show you what this looks like. Let's get it nice and drier. Oh, this is a beauty. This is a beauty. So you can look up all the recipes you want on the internet, and what's going to happen is the ingredient list is going to be a lot bigger, and the time to make is going to be a lot more than what I just did. This took me 5 minutes because you're going to have to make all your own rice and all that. Look at this. Look at this. Is so easy. You're literally taking already prepared and ready to heat sticky rice. You're throwing it in a microwave, and whatever the hell proteins you want to use, this is so simple. But we need to get into it. We need to get into it. All right. Now, normally you just pick it up and eat it. Oh, sorry, I almost forgot. A little bit of marinara on there. Oh, now that's nice. Now that's nice. Let's see. Oh, look at this. See the stretching cheese with the sausage and all that. Oh, maron. Let's try this. Arancini is so good. This is something we grew up with. My great aunt, she wasn't that great. She was kind of mean, but my great aunt used to make this stuff from scratch all the time. We come home and there'd just be a mess load of it sitting on a table. Look at all that sausage in there. Oh, ma'am, out there is delicious. Now you can make them big, you can make them small. The smaller you make them, the more condensed it's going to be, and you're going to have more of the flavors of whatever you put in it probably jump out. Or you make it a little bigger and it's going to be more filling. But I gotta make another one. These are so good. So super simple Italian rice balls, aka arancini. Freaking beautiful. That's it. It's that simple. Those are delicious. They're fun. You can make them with your kids, and you can show them how to roll them around in the oil without breaking them. But they're fantastic, just like me. All right, so that's it for this one. Hi, I'm Donnie. Till next video.